Ah, yes, anime, the cornerstone of our childhoods, the one true love of our lives. How we love thee. I had honestly fallen out of the game for quite a while between work and adult obligations, but there was one series that has single handedly set my heart ablaze for anime for the last 2 years. One that has gripped the anime fandom in a chokehold, and that has been none other than Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. My name is TK, and I'll be detailing my amazing experience of Season 1 of one of the most popular anime of recent times as we head towards Season 3. So without further ado, let's get into it. Demon Slayer has become one of the greatest manga and anime series to drop within just the past few years. The manga was first published by its creator, Koyoharu Gutuge, in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2016 and ran until 2020. The anime dropped in Japan in the summer of 2019 and then came over to North America in October of the same exact year. Only being on the market since 2016, Demon Slayer quickly became the 9th best-selling manga of all time, grossing and one of the highest grossing media franchises of all time with an estimated revenue of $8.74 billion. When I tell you I felt like I knew the whole story before I had even watched the first episode, I am not exaggerating. Clips and images of Demon Slayer were flooding social media by 2020 and there was no escaping it. I knew major and supporting character names before watching a single minute of the anime or reading one text bubble of the manga. Now, I follow a lot of anime groups and profiles online, but I had not seen this much hype for an anime in a very long time. I was watching just My Hero Academia, but I had not caught up on the last season, and my backlog of anime was getting longer than the Dragon Ball Z fight scene. So while the whole world was in lockdown, I decided to boot up Demon Slayer to see what the hype was all about. Act 1. Introducing Tanjiro. The very first episode opens up with our main protagonist, Tanjiro Kamado, carrying his little sister bloodied on his back before cutting to a scene with his family. Aw dang, I already know how this is gonna end. Tanjiro presents as a very pure main character with a very keen sense of smell. He definitely gives you Kid Goku or early Deku vibes. He goes to town for his family to sell charcoal, leaving his family behind. None to worry about, right? Wrong. When he returns home, he finds his entire family slaughtered by a singular demon. The only survivor is his younger sister Nezuko, who has been turned into a demon herself. As Tanjiro struggles with Nezuko trying to eat him, a man with a multicolored Haori wielding a katana attempts to behead Nezuko, but Tanjiro refuses to let this happen. Enter Giyu Tomioka, the resident stoic character of the current Demon Slayers. Giyu is adamant that the only way to change your path in life and overcome obstacles in life is to not be weak in order to protect those that you care about and to never show your back to your opponent. Yes, this guy's definitely seen some pain and some hardships in his life. Giyu sees that Tanjiro has an aptitude for battle and instructs Tanjiro to go seek a man named Sakonji Urokodaki near Mount Sagiri. Tanjiro decides to become a Demon Slayer to heal his sister eventually and to avenge his family. So he sets out on a journey to find a cure for Nezuko and to become stronger to aid in the fight against the demons. Eventually he does meet Sakonji and the brutal training starts as the typical grind from level 1, and I think that's the aspect I enjoy the most about Demon Slayer. Every character feels like they truly started from level 1 and you see the struggle they go through to get stronger. No hidden power-ups, no screaming transformations, just straight training. Seriously, Sakonji starts Tanjiro on basic running, detection skills, and how to handle a sword. Movements that we would practice if any of us were training with a katana. And I think that's why the series feels so fresh from the very start. From Tanjiro completing his training, mastering the basics of water breathing, one of the 5 main breathing styles, to getting the run back on the hand demon during final selection, our main character is finally ready to go out into the world after completing his training and obtaining his specially made katana. Act 2. Muzan Kibutsuji. When I tell you, when I saw this man on my feed more times than I saw my own face in the mirror, I am not exaggerating. The pure level of Demon Slayer contact I was seeing in 2020 on the internet was insane, and I hadn't even watched it yet. And at the center was this man, the main antagonist of Demon Slayer and the progenitor of all demons, Muzan Kibutsuji. Half of the memes online were comparing him to the king of pop, and I thought it was ridiculous. Until I saw his fit. I'm not gonna lie, the villains of most anime are smooth dressers, and Muzan is definitely in the top 5. Indeed, he is the smoothest of criminals. Sakonji explains to Tanjiro that all demons originate from Muzan originally, and he was able to confirm that he was the one that killed his family that day on the mountain. What do you know? A good old-fashioned revenge story. After killing his first demon, Tanjiro picks up on the same scent that was present at the scene of his family murder that day. As he catches up to the scent and takes just one look in his eyes, he realizes he's face to face with Muzan himself. You can tell at first glance that this man is top tier dangerous. In the span of a night, he's seen manipulating and blending in with the family, turns an innocent bystander in the crowd into a demon to avoid attention, kills 2 brothers, and injects so much blood of his own into their sister that her cells rapidly degenerate and explode. This man is an absolute menace and steals whatever scene he's in, but that kind of makes an anime villain truly eternal. He's not without his fears, however. Seeing Tanjiro's earrings sends this man into an immediate spiral of fear, shaking as he remembers being on the ground, almost killed by one demon slayer long ago with those same exact earrings on. 2 other problems that he didn't foresee were Tamayo, who used to be Muzan's assistant but has defected from him and is devising ways to bring him down eventually. And there's also the case of Nezuko fighting alongside humans that he doesn't understand, and Muzan is greatly angered when he's not in absolute control. Now, let's move on to the allies. Act 3. Meeting the allies. While training and being sent to kill demons, Tanjiro meets 2 other demon slayers, Zenitsu Akatsuma and Inosuke Hashibira. When I tell you that these 2 are the most entertaining characters I've seen in a long time, I really mean it. Zenitsu is a cowardly demon slayer that utilizes thunder breathing, who falls asleep when he becomes too afraid, but is able to fight at peak performance when he's asleep. And Inosuke is a boy that utilizes beast breathing, that grew up in the woods, who wears a boar's head and is a fierce fighter who grew up in the mountains. And of course, with that comes the social skills of a thumbtack and the inability to remember his name, but they do all kill demons together and will be friends forever, so there's that. Peak anime friendship right here. But the real test of the season comes when the trio fights Rui, a demon that is a member of the 12 Kazuki. This group includes the 12 strongest demons under Muzan's control, and they are no joke. Even though the lower 6 ended up being killed by Giyu, Tanjiro put up an immensely tough fight before he showed up. Oh, and I almost forgot. Yes, the Hashira, the highest ranking members of the Demon Slayer Corps. Think of them as the equivalent to the captains of the Corps Guard squads from Bleach, also known as the pillars of the entire Corps. Each Hashira represents one of the different breathing styles that are all derived from the original breathing style, sun breathing, which Tanjiro has now relearned. Besides the normal elements like flame, thunder, and water, other really unique styles such as love, sound, and serpent breathing exist, which is a nice change from the usual. At the very top of the Demon Slayer organization is their master, Kaguya Ubuyashiki. I really like the relationship between this man and the Demon Slayer members, referring to them affectionately as his children. Being sick with a family bloodline curse and possessing no swordsmanship skills at all, Demon Slayers, especially the Hashira, have great respect for Kaguya, who is insanely driven to destroy Muzan once and for all. He does permit Nezuko to travel with Tanjiro and fight for the Demon Slayer Corps to the great dissatisfaction of the Hashira, but they begrudgingly accept. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba has brought something fresh to the anime scene with its amazing story, extremely entertaining cast of characters, and leaving you with a constant yearning of what's going to happen next. I enjoyed the first season so much I had to hop right into the next part, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie, Mugen Train, but we'll cover that in the next video. And there you have it, folks. There's been my experience with the first season of Demon Slayer. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, as I'll be putting out more anime content soon. Any feedback you have, just let me know. If you haven't seen Demon Slayer yet, I highly recommend it. Oh, and read the manga as well. You won't forget it. Heartbreaking, but best thing you'll ever read. Thanks again, everyone. See you soon. TK out.